what Christmas is about. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen. Please be seated. This morning, we find ourselves at the final Sunday of Advent, lighting that fourth candle, sometimes called the candle of love. On our way, we have journeyed through hope, leading to peace, which brings us to joy, and now we are at love. All of this pointing the way to Jesus, who is the true source of our hope, peace, joy, and love. This morning, we're going to be taking a look at what love is. Within our society, there's much talk of love as well as many questions. One only needs to look at several of the popular songs of the last several decades to see what these questions are. The Beatles share with us two truths about love. First, with their 1964 song, Can't Buy Me Love, with these lines. I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it'll make you feel all right. I'll get you anything, my friend, if it'll make you feel all right, because I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. This is true. Money cannot buy love. Yet, that leaves a question. How do we get love? And I will answer that in a bit. But there's another Beatles song that points to the importance of love with 1967's Love Is All You Need, with these key lines. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love, love. Love is all you need. So, from the Beatles, we see that we cannot buy love, but yet we need it. So let us consider, has anyone else answered the question, where does love come from? Now, as we move forward through popular songs, we're actually left with more questions than answers. In fact, I think the biggest question was asked in 1984 by the band Foreigner, with these lines. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. So this needs to be added to our questions. What is love? And the other questions we have, how do we get it? And why do we need it? So we're going to move forward another decade or so to the Backstreet Boys with their question, does it matter who you are when it comes to love? In their 1997 song, As Long As You Love Me, with these lines. I don't care who you are, or where you're from, or what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, I don't care what you did, as long as you love me. So this really strikes to the question, does love have conditions? So our culture has tried to answer many questions about love, yet for the most part, if we were to just look at what our culture says about love, we'd be left with a very limited version of what love is, either in terms of romantic love or at best, love within a family. But love is bigger than that. But here's the questions we have so far. What is love? How do we get it? Is there conditions to love? And why do we need it? Now, where do you suppose we could go to get answers for these questions? Can you guess? The Bible. Someone gave me the answer before I could go through my next line. But yes, the Bible is where the answer to these questions are. So the first question, what is love? Now, Jesus tells us in John 15:13, greater love has no one than this, that someone lays down his life for his friend. Love at its heart is self-sacrificing. In fact, if it doesn't cost us anything, is it really love? You see, in giving up one's life or giving of oneself for what they love, that's costly. But it's special when someone makes sacrifices for us, isn't it? So, what is love? Love is the giving of oneself. without cost, without obligation. The Bible tells us this, that while we were still God's enemies, God loved us and gave himself for us. Jesus died on the cross for us only because he loved us. So that's amazing to think about. You see, love is free, so there's no cost to love. We can't earn it. We can't buy it. Yet, we need it. So we know when we are loved, don't we? Even if we can't fully explain it, we know those moments where we feel loved. And for each of us, it will be different things. For some, where they feel the most loved is when they walk into a house with the smell of bread or cookies in the oven. For others, it is that taste of a homemade meal that someone put real serious effort into. For others, love is the feeling of someone giving them a hug. Still others will see love in a caring note or a Christmas card. And for others, they feel love the most when someone tells them that they love us or says kind words to us. You see, love is what we need. We as humans crave feeling loved. And when we are not feeling loved, we try to fill that void with busyness or with food or with unhealthy behavior, just to fill the void left by not feeling loved. But ultimately, we need to feel loved because we can only be filled. We can only have that void in feeling love, be truly and fully filled by accepting the love that God gives to each and every single one of us. The love that is ultimately shown forth in the cross. The love that we celebrate each time we join together in communion. Accepting that gift that Jesus gave us. So we have answered the questions, what is love? How do we get love? Why do we need love? And does love have any conditions? And the answers are, love is the sacrificial giving from one to another. We get love by accepting the love that is offered us. We need love because we are born to be loved. And at its heart, love is unconditional. There's nothing that can hold back accepting love. However, all these questions and answers lead us to a bigger question. How do we respond to love? We respond to this love by showing love to the world around us. So what does this look like in our day-to-day lives? Some of the ways that I can think of us showing love in this coming week. Here, I'm going to list some small things first before I get to some of the big ones. Here's some small things. When you go to the store, if you're rushing around these next 2 days, which is for some people the busiest time, trying to get those last-minute preparations for Christmas, one simple, easy way to just spread a little bit of love, let someone go ahead of you in line. It will only cost you maybe 2 minutes of your time, but it might be the best thing that happens in someone else's day because they feel that someone went out of their way to care for them. Another way, just a simple wearing a smile on your face in the midst of the busyness that is going on. Or a kind word to that stressed out cashier who's been dealing with grumpy, busy people who have been rushing around before Christmas can show a lot of love. Now, there are some bigger things we can do to show love. Some of those would include inviting someone who might be lonely to join you and your family for a meal, either Christmas dinner or some other time this week. Another thing, you could give an unexpected gift to someone to bless them. Say a kind word to someone you haven't seen in a while. The bottom line is this. We, as the people of Jesus, are called to share the love of Jesus with others on a regular basis. Now, within the charitable world, the Christmas season is the most important season of the year because it's when people are the most generous in our broader society. But in many ways, as Christians, we are called to be Christmas people the whole year through, sharing that love and generosity of the Christmas season all throughout the year. Because the reality is, Christmas people is who Christians are called to be 365 days of the year. We are called to share the love of Jesus with others on a daily basis, on a regular basis, because that is how we respond to Him who first loved us. So with that, let us pray. O God of love, we love you because you first loved us, and we thank you that you share your love with us. But we have not always responded to your love as we should. We have sometimes continued on our own pride and selfishness. Help us to turn away from those and turn to you by loving others as you call us to. Father, we thank you for all that you have done to us, that we may feel loved, and we thank you for the love we receive from our friends and family. And we ask that you would give us opportunities to share your love with others in our life, and that you would continue to provide for our needs and provide for us to be able to bless others with your love. In your name, Lord. Amen.